Good afternoon, everyone, and welcome to Smart Start, the program that takes you through your pre-orientation process as you prepare to begin your first year of study with us at the FYE St. Augustine Campus. I'm Charle Alda, Manager of Student Engagement, right here at the Division of Student Services and Development, and it is my absolute pleasure to welcome you this afternoon on behalf of the entire team at the FYE St. Augustine Campus. Welcome to your first year experience, which you will soon come to know as FYE. Now, students, FYE is our campus's new student orientation program planned just for you to ensure that you are successful in your first year of study with us. Of course, we understand that transition into university life is a process, and through FYE, you will be engaged and exposed to quite a number of useful resources and exciting initiatives, of course, that will work to get you settled, comfortable, and equipped with all that you need to have a strong and solid foundation for university journey ahead. We are coming to you live from Trinidad and Tobago. Of course, our campus is located in Trinidad and Tobago, and we know that we have tons of students viewing from regional territories and, of course, international territories, and even right here in Trinidad and Tobago. So we say welcome to all of you. Now, Smart Start is one of our FYE initiatives. As mentioned, it's part of first year experience. And Smart Start has a focus on pre-orientation designed specifically to meet your early informational needs. We invite you, therefore, for the entire month of June to join us virtually every Thursday, of course, with the exception of next week, since we have a holiday in Trinidad and Tobago next week, Thursday. We invite you to join us right here for Smart Start, where we'll explore a new topic with you each week. We'll spend some time introducing and breaking down some new concepts and, of course, some processes that you'll be involved in. And we want to, of course, provide you with information as well that will be useful in your first year on campus. So today's session is one of 5, as mentioned, and on our agenda today, we will delve into the theme of getting started with university life. We will begin with a conversation led by Dr. Deirdre, our campus's director for the Division of Student Services and Development. And following Dr. Charles's presentation, we will move to our virtual breakout sessions where members of our campus's admissions team will spend some time guiding you on the key and immediate next steps of the admissions process now that you have all received your offer letters. During these presentations, students, we want to give you an opportunity, of course, to answer any questions or to ask any questions, rather, that you may have so that you can get the answers to those questions. Today's session, we ask that you engage with us in the chat and take note of all of the important information and points that will be shared with you throughout. We also ask that when not speaking, you will keep your microphone muted. Of course, that's virtual event etiquette. And should you have a question or comment to direct to any one of our presenters later on, we ask that you indicate by using the raise hand feature, which can be found at the bottom of your screen. Now, in true FYE style, we want to hear from you, and we encourage you to take to the chat and let us know where you are tuning in from today or what program you'll be pursuing at our campus later this year. Remember, we are all here to learn and engage. This is your first year experience at the FYE St. Augustine, and we are honored that you have made our campus your choice for learning. So now that you have been briefed and you know exactly what to expect today, it is my pleasure to invite our very first presenter to the virtual stage, Dr. Deirdre Charles. Over to you, Dr. Charles.
Thank you, Charle. But Charle, before we get started, can I ask somebody out there to turn on the mic and say hello? Let me hear a voice. Somebody turn on your mic and give us a shout out. Any of our new students. Can I hear from somebody? 2 people.
Hello.
2 people.
Hello.
Hi. Oh my gosh. Music to my ears. Oh my gosh.
Hi.
Music to my ears. Thank you for that. Welcome. We are so excited. You all can see that. I can't contain myself. We are so excited to have you on board, to be part of this. So I'm going to share my screen. We'll have a little conversation. I want to share some ideas with you, give you some tips this afternoon, okay? So it was so nice to hear your voices. Let me share my screen. There we go. So getting started with your university life. We have done a lovely welcome already. I have welcomed you, and the theme, of course, for our first year experience is discover your power and create your future. I want to spend a little time with you. I want to discuss why this program is important, why we have you here. I want you to listen well. You will see the opportunities you'll have at the UWI. We'll talk about some of the myths about university experience. We'll also look at the challenges. And of course, I will give you a lot of information to let you know we are there with you, side by side, guiding you along, right? So let's get started. The first thing I want to look at is the importance of a smooth transition. So I want to say, students, that the reasons why we have those types of programs is to ensure that you transition smoothly, either from your CAPE, from other institutions, into a UE family, a UE environment. And it is important that you pay attention to programs like these, because it will help you get accustomed to the space you're coming in. You'll get to know your new environment. It's just like you move to a new house. You move to a new house and you have to get familiar with the new house, where the kitchen is, where the laundry is, what the backyard is. And this is important because it allows you to feel comfortable with your space and to reduce anxiety once you have come on the campus. So that's the importance of those types of programs that we're putting on for you. For the whole month, ensure that you try to engage with us every Thursday, except next week, to help you to get acquainted to this environment. So it will help you know and understand your new environment. It will help you connect to your new environment. You have to understand this new environment. And more importantly, understand the cultural and the social adjustments you have to make once you come to this space. So programs like this, the more you do them, the more information you get, you become a lot more comfortable. You know how to engage with us, how we engage with you, and your program will be a lot easier to navigate, right? And to bring down your anxiety. So next, what comes with a university experience? You come to university, you'll have opportunities. There are a lot of myths about university and university life that I want to touch on, as well as challenges that you may face while you're at UE. But don't be alarmed. We are here to assist and ensure that you overcome those challenges, okay? So let us look at the opportunities that come with you being one of our UE students, part of this UE family. Look at the number of opportunities. Once you join this space and this family, you'll enhance your career prospects. You come here to ensure that your career, you see an area that you enjoy, an area of study, a field of study, a body of knowledge that you want to understand. So you enhance your own career prospects. You get specialized knowledge and skills by being part of the UWI family or part of your tertiary education experience. You will ensure that you have networking opportunities. And all these things are important, students. You come on the campus, you have to network. I always tell my non-national students and my national students, ensure that once you leave here, you network so well that you have a student from every island in the Caribbean and beyond, and vice versa. Do not leave the campus without having a friend that you could engage with from another country. And not only that, but partners in industry as well. So your networking is important. Global opportunities, that is another opportunity you'll grasp here. Once you're here with us, you could decide, after your first year, maybe I could do a semester in another one of our campuses. You could go to Mona, you could go to Keville, we have different partnerships with universities in North America, in Canada, in South America, in the UK. So all these global experiences you could opt to do once you come and join, be part of this family. You fulfill your personal fulfillment. You come here because personally, that's what you want for yourself. You want to grow personally. So all these opportunities are there. You want to do research, innovation, and of course, high earning potential. So that's some of the opportunities you gain by being at university and getting started with university. Now, there's some myths. There's some things people say about university, and I just want us to talk about it and see that they are really just myths. So there are 4 of them you're going to look at. University is all about the academics. University life is about all-nighters. We have to stay up all night to study. The first year of the university, that doesn't matter. and my university degree is all that I need. So let's look at these. The first one, university life is all about academics. Students, that's a myth. I do not want you to come to UE and only say, I'm only here for my degree, I'm only going to get a degree and leave. You come to university for your holistic development. Once you have left us, you have to ensure that you have developed holistically. So your degree is part of it because your degree is part of your intellectual development. So you have intellectual development, there's emotional development, social, moral, cultural, physical. So once you come on this space, in this environment, you make a promise to self. I'm here. Once I leave, I must come out the other end looking very different, mature. I must know self, and we'll go through the various types. So your intellectual development, of course, is your degree, your area of study, right? You're going to focus on that. You're going to ensure you attain your degree. But apart from that, there are other parts of self you must focus on. Your emotional self. You have to ensure that emotionally you can manage yourself. You know how to deal with a particular scenario, what is required, where, and that is your playground. The UWI, your university experience, is where you explore and understand and develop that part of self, your emotional self, right? Your social self, your social skills, how you engage, how you network, what do you do in different scenarios? You ensure that that is developed once you have the UWI. Your moral skills, your cultural, and your physical. All these parts of self must be paid attention to. Your physical self, ensure you go to the gym. Ensure you go for a swim. We have so many amenities, which we'll look at later, that will help you develop. So promise me, promise yourself, when I come to UE, I'm coming to develop myself holistically. So I leave with a degree, but there's something I call a swag bag. And in that bag, you'll also find other skills that I learned along the way. So you come in to develop holistically. So the myth is, dispel that myth. You don't only come here for a degree. You come here to develop holistically. The next one, another myth. To get good grades, I have to stay up all night. You don't. You don't have to stay up all night. You'll have to put in some work, but you don't have to stay up all night. And I have some tips for you. I want you to create a schedule and stick to it. Make sure, because when you come to this space, there's so many activities, there's so much engagement you'll be involved with. There's so many areas we just spoke about that you'll have to focus on developing. So you will need to develop a schedule. Don't let it just happen. You develop a schedule and you stick to it. You prioritize your tasks and you set deadlines. This is what I have to do when I have to do it. This is the amount of time I'm going to give myself. And these are hints, I'm sure you have heard before, but it will be very important at being at university to stick to your schedules. You focus on one thing at a time. I'm doing X. This is what I'm doing. I'm doing accounting. This is the course I'm doing for now. I'm focusing on X. Then you say, well, this is time for me to have a swim. You go and focus and have a swim. This is time for me to be part of my club. You go and be part of your club. So these are the areas I want you to zoom in on. Limit your distractions. Ensure that you're not distracted. You do not spend too much time in free time socializing, that you do not stick to your schedule. You must do both. There has to be a balance, but do not allow it to get out of hand. Okay, strike the balance and ensure that you take breaks. When you take breaks on our campus, the number of things you could do on the campus. You could take a walk. You could play some all fours. You could come have a chat with me. You could come go have a chat with your lecturers. There's so much when you take a break to help you relax. Okay? So these are the 5 tips. So this myth about all-nighters, no, just stick to a schedule and you'll get through. The next thing we want to discuss about is your first year. Some people say, your first year, I've heard that when you come to first year, the first year is not important. You know, it doesn't count. It doesn't really count. And I'm here to tell you that's a myth. In fact, your first year counts the most. The scores you get, your grades you get, may not count towards the type of degree you will get. But your first year at a tertiary university, a tertiary institution, at a university, at the UWI, requires that you ensure that you pay attention to your first year. That's the reason why we have a whole host of programs for you, because it helps you build your foundation. Yeah, we're helping you build a foundation so it's solid for you to build your second year, your third year, your fourth year, your fifth year, because your foundation will be solid. But you need to invest in your first year. You need to go to your various programs, ensure that you focus on holistic development in your first year as well, right? And you also need to get accustomed to the rhythm of your academic calendar, how to study, what you should do, how to prepare. So your first year is very important. In fact, I dare say the most important, because it's the foundation. It's where you build the foundation for the rest of your degree, and to determine the type of person I will be once I have left my university experience. The next thing, another myth, my university degree is all that I need. Now, you know by now that's a myth, because we spoke about your intellectual development alongside all aspects of self. So your university degree is not all you need. Do not spend your 3 years, 4 years, 5 years with us and leave with only a degree. You will find it difficult to get into the world of work. You will find it difficult to adjust because you have neglected to develop the other parts of self. Now, I will help you in terms of how you get involved. Orientation and transition program. This is an orientation, pre-orientation, and you get a number of other transition programs and orientation programs. Ensure to do as many as possible. You'll have orientation programs for the halls, for some of you who come in on the halls. You'll have the faculty will have orientation programs. You'll have for your various clubs. You'll have for your various departments. All these areas are important because each segment tells you what the rules of engagement are. How do we engage? What do we do? So ensure that you go to your faculty orientation. You do not go to every faculty. So for example, if I belong to MedSci, I only go to orientation for MedSci. If I belong to Faculty of Humanities and Education, I must go to my orientation for that faculty. But there are also departmental orientations, there's library orientation. Ensure, and the orientation is for you to, again, get comfortable and have a smooth transition, okay? Another one, join a club, an association, a sports team. All these areas will help you to develop holistically. When you take the break, you'll have something else to do apart from your academics, because engaging in those activities will help you build your confidence, help to negotiate, will help you build a number of skills, mad skills, that you will need once you have left your university life behind. Get a part-time job. We have part-time jobs on campus. It will help you develop skills while you earn some money. Sign up and volunteer. Volunteerism is a big thing. Give back. And trust me, once you have left, you will understand the various skills and exposure once you have learned to volunteer. And of course, participate in other university activities. Find that schedule, find that space. So once you've left, you're well-rounded. Now, having said that, I also now want to look at some challenges. There are some challenges you will face once you have, during your university experience. There are some challenges, but I don't want you to be worried, because for each challenge, there will be something on the campus, someone on the campus, some program on the campus that will help you. And that is why these programs are important. So you know where to go to get assistance with what. We will overcome all the challenges, right? So let's look at some of the challenges. Some of the challenges are these on the screen. Academic rigor. There will be financial burdens. There's work and time management. So academic rigor, you having an issue with your academic rigor, we will show you where to go and what to do. Financial burdens, you may hear, well, I don't have enough financial resources. What do I do? How do I go about it? I will show you and tell you what you can do. Work overload, time management. We talk about the schedule, your time, how you manage your time. Trust me, managing your time is key. So you can manage your different workloads. Balancing your coursework, your assignments with your projects, plus your other commitments. Some of you are parents. Some of you have siblings, have different commitments that you have to attend to. Some of you work. So the balance, how do I balance that? Your emotional and your mental health. You have to look after yourself. Remember one of the developmental areas we spoke about? Your mental health. So you have to ensure that could be a challenge. I have too much to do. I get anxiety. I'm nervous. But again, we have resources to help you manage those and deal with those challenges. And some of you may come and say, well, I'm doing a degree maybe in management, but I'm not quite sure what I want to do. Some of you may say, I have a particular area, but I'm not quite sure. Again, there are current uncertainty career paths is a challenge. Again, we have tools, we have facilities, we have persons, we have programs which could help. And let me share some of those with you. So like I said, your university can help. Let me tell you how we could help with those challenges. Student services and development. Ensure that you get familiar with those. Write it down somewhere. Student services and development. It's known as the Division of Student Services and Development, the D.S.S.D. That is 9 departments that will help with all those areas. You also have your faculty, your faculty staff. You have staff on the campus that will be here to help you and guide you, right? So you need academic support. You don't know how to balance that schedule. There's a department that will help you, right? So once you come and you get to know all the FYE programs and you go to your different orientations, you will know this is the department I need to go to if I'm having a challenge for my academics. Student engagement, you want to engage, you want to know what to do, how to get familiar with other activities on campus, how to get involved, how to network. Student engagement, there's a whole department that will ensure that you get engaged, that you build your confidence, that you build your networking skills, etc. You need employment. You want to understand about careers. What do I do? What career should I go in? How do I know what I'm studying is right for me? We have a software on campus that will help you, will show you these are the areas you may be best in. These are the areas you'll excel in terms of careers. And that's again by another department, which is called C3 Careers, Co-Curricular and Community Engagement, right? Counseling services, you'll get counseling here. Remember we spoke about your mental health, issues of anxiety, you may be a little anxious. It is free, students. Once you are a registered student, you could go to counseling for free. Okay, so ensure that you engage in counseling, whether you feel you need it or not. Go and sit down and unpack and allow yourself to balance while you are with us at the UWI. There's support with students with special needs. You have any special need, we have a whole department which will help you there. We have students we may have health challenges. We have a whole department who will support and provide the assistance that you need. We have service learning and community engagement. Some of you want to do service learning, you want to volunteer, you want to go out into the community. We have a whole department that will guide and support that. You want financial assistance, you want a scholarship, you want a bursary. Again, there's a whole department. So that is why programs like these are important. So take notes, you'll take down the names of the departments, or my other colleagues will speak to you on all the other areas. Take the notes, ask the questions, get guided. Don't get flustered, don't get nervous, don't get worried. We are here, we are with you, excited that you're with us. We're excited to have you. So of course, we look forward to supporting you throughout your university experience. I want you to take down those handles. You stay connected with the D.S.S.D, which is Division of Student Services and Development. That is all the departments I spoke about. Anything you need assistance with, any questions from FYE or first year experience to scholarships and bursaries to counseling to student engagement activities. You have the Guild of Students that will offer you a number of clubs. We have over 300 clubs that you could choose from. So these are the handles. Follow us so that you're in the loop in terms of what is available when it is available. I want to remind you that this experience is unique. You will never, ever, ever walk the university life in the way you are about to. Use this experience, students. Do not only leave, we want you to excel academically. We want you to excel. So you'll do the work that is required. You'll balance your time, but we also want you to develop your social self, your emotional self, your cultural self as well. So once you leave, you are holistically developed. Once you enter, once you come out at graduation, your friends, your neighbors, your family should look at you and say, wow, she has matured. She understands who she is. He has matured. He has understood who they are, right? We understand who we are. So ensure that you use this experience and you leave us as a well-rounded, holistically developed student. So take down your handles. So all the best with your university journey. Engage with us, join us, welcome. We're happy to have you. And I look forward to seeing you face to face. So thank you. And again, welcome.
Dr. Charles, thank you so very much. And students, I think the least we can do is to share a virtual applause in the chat. Please, let's take to the chat and let us know that you have benefited from this very, very important lesson. Dr. Charles, you have shared such nuggets of wisdom. I'm seeing the comments and the engagement coming through in the chat, and we are so very grateful. Dr. Charles has certainly set the stage for what your university experience would look like. And students, we continue to encourage you to maximize this experience as shared by Dr. Charles in many different ways in which you can do that. Our campus is committed to your success, understanding that your success, like different things, you have personal and professional goals, and we are here as a family, as a community, to ensure that you are impacted positively, and more importantly, that you succeed. So Dr. Charles, thank you so very much. The students, thank you as well, as seen by the virtual applause coming through in our chat. So students, we are now going to shift gears a bit. We're going to transition now to the second half of our program. As I mentioned earlier, for those who may be joining us late, this is Smart Start, which forms part of our campus's first year experience program. And at this point, we are going to delve into our breakout sessions. A lot of you would have, not a lot of you, all of you would have engaged with our team at admissions. They were responsible or are responsible for ensuring that the admissions process is seamless, and the fact that you are here means that you have been supported. Yes, so our next segment will be facilitated by the team at our campus's admissions office, and it's my pleasure to greet you at this time, Assistant Registrar in the admissions office, Ms. Simone Roberts. Ms. Roberts, over to you.
Thank you, Charle, and good afternoon, everyone. Thanks for attending the session today. And on behalf of the admissions team at the UWI St. Augustine, I want to welcome you all to our campus for the 2023-24 academic year. So some members of my team would be leading you, as Charle said, in the breakout rooms, providing you with more information, guiding you on what's next, given that you have received an offer and that you have accepted that offer. So listen very well to their presentations, and if you have any questions, you can certainly ask them to the members of the team. So I just want to say welcome again to all of you.
Thank you so very much, Ms. Roberts. And so students, at this time, you will receive a notification inviting you to join a breakout session. We ask that you just accept that invite, get quickly into that virtual breakout room so that you can have that conversation with a member of our admissions team. So please look out for the invite that you should receive momentarily. Welcome back, welcome back, welcome back. Are we all here? Yes. Let me know. Okay, great. I'm seeing some persons saying yes, they're back. Okay, so I want to ask Ms. Seals, Ms. Harry, and Mr. Jones, if you can turn your camera on for a moment. I'm not sure that we can spotlight everyone. Perhaps students, if you go to the top right-hand corner of your screen, you will see gallery. you have a few options, speaker, gallery. I just want you to see our facilitators this afternoon, Miss Harry, Mr. Jones, and Miss Seals, all from the admissions office. And I want to say thank you so very much. Well, I suppose we can spotlight them one at a time. Oh, there we go. Okay, we have a few. Wonderful. We are all here. Great. So Miss Harry, Mr. Jones, and Miss Seals would have spent some time with you. And I know that you still have a number of questions. Miss Seals, I know that you were sharing the email address that they can reach out to following this session. So if we can please ask in the chat for their benefit.
Yes, it's placed in the chat.
Wonderful. So Ms. Seals placed the email address for admissions. And we encourage you students, this is your time to ask all of the questions that you need. All right. Reach out to the admissions team. They are here to support you every step of the way. So we encourage you to reach out. All right. So Ms. Seals, Ms. Harry, Mr. Jones, and of course, Ms. Roberts, thank you so very much for spending this time with our students. Of course, they will be back with us next week. So we are encouraging you, to be back here with us next Wednesday. Important to note, next week, Wednesday, we will resume, or we'll get into session 2, where we'll be looking at fees and finance and funding. So you don't want to miss that. We also have some officials from the gate office that will be here. So next week, Wednesday, remember, next week, Thursday is a holiday. So next week, Wednesday, we are right here at 1 p.m. So at this time, students, before we wrap, I want to toss over to a video presentation. We have a very short video presentation to share with you some of the top 5 things, or the top 5 things that you should do at this point. So of course, you have received information from our admissions team. So in addition to the information that you've received, in addition to the advice that you've received, we have a short video presentation to share with you regarding FYE and the additional things that we want you to do at this point to ensure that you benefit from new student orientation. So team, over to you for our video presentation. Wonderful. So students, we have just a few minutes before we bring our session to a close officially, and just a few key bits of information we want to share with you before you leave. The first is your feedback is invaluable. We want to know how we can improve this first year experience program for you, how we can better support you through this orientation process, how we can better ensure that you are successful in your first year of study on campus and of course beyond. So I'm asking for my team to place in the chat the link to the survey. We have a very short survey, only 5 questions. We are asking that you please provide your feedback. All right, so I'm waiting for that link to be placed in the chat. There we go. So Mr. Henry would have shared the link. So we're going to give you a moment not to complete it now, but to copy it at least before we close this session. So copy that link, place it in a new browser, and ensure that you complete the survey. We cannot stress again how important your feedback is to us. The second thing, students, is again, I've mentioned it before, but I want to ensure that we are all on the same page. Next week, Wednesday, will be session 2 of Smart Start. Remember, we are here every Thursday, but given that we have a holiday next Thursday, we will be here with you next Wednesday at 1 p.m. Okay, so you can stay tuned to your email. Much like you received the invitation for this session, you will receive an invite with a meeting link that you can access session 2, which will be held next Wednesday right here at 1 p.m. Thirdly, today's session will be recorded and be made available via our FYE YouTube channel for viewing. Okay, so you can give us maybe until Monday, you should see that video up. So if there's anything that you may want to recap, we encourage you to subscribe to our FYE YouTube channel and engage with the video content that we have there for you. And so students, this brings us officially to the end of today's Smart Start session, and what a wonderful time we've had with you. We are looking forward, of course, to the next few weeks, and even in July and August and even September, once you get to campus, we're definitely looking forward for you engaging in all of the FYE activities that we have. So on behalf of the entire team at our campus, I want to say thank you for joining us this afternoon. We trust that you had an insightful and enjoyable experience with us today, and we encourage you to reflect on everything that you have learned and apply the knowledge as you navigate this first year of study. Here's a gentle reminder again that this is session 1 of 5, so we look forward to seeing you next Wednesday right here at 1 p.m. for our second Smart Start session, where we will explore all things fees and funding, and we'll also get to hear from officials from the GATE office. We encourage you to stay connected with us on Instagram, us as the D.S.S.D, and of course our campus as well, UWI St. Augustine, across all digital platforms. And be sure to check out the FYE website for support resources and key information that you would need to be successful. Today's session, again, will be made available for viewing via our FYE YouTube channel, so be sure to subscribe for this and more. Students, thank you once again. It's been a pleasure spending this time with you, and we look forward to connecting with you virtually next week. Thank you, and do have a great rest of the day.
Hey everyone, I'm Shini.
And I'm Epsilon.
And we are your D.S.S.D
Student Champions.
Don't forget to subscribe to our YouTube channel.
Like our Facebook.
Follow our Instagram.
To stay engaged.
Hashtag
Pelican Pride.